Welcome to Loving Energy Recharge and your daily Oracle card reading for April the 30th. Well, for those that have been on this journey for the month of April, we have made it to the end. We have made it to the end of looking at the number 4, focusing on that foundation, doing some incredibly challenging yet beautiful work at looking at our stories, looking at some of the energies that were requiring our attention, doing the spring cleaning, perhaps in our physical homes, but more so in the energetic body of the home of our spirit within. Now, as we come to the ending, we also get to start a beginning. Tomorrow is May the 1st, so that is going to start representing the number 5, the month of change. And we want to look at the change as a beautiful opportunity to change and bring forward our highest self, trusting and empowering the decisions that we make, our gut instincts, our intuitive knowing, continuing to build the relationship between you and the higher guidance. And that's a very personal relationship for each and every one of us. So as we come to the end of April and the end of the foundation number 4, we're given the 10 of Raphael in protection. Now the 10 is completion, the 10 is wholeness. And when you put the 1 into the 0, well, now you also have a representation of a cosmic egg, or the yin and the yang, the masculine, the feminine, the partnership between the soul and the spirit. It is two halves coming together in wholeness. So it's in protection because it is inside of us. We're not searching out in the world to be complete. The journey has always been about going in. And we forget that. We look for our answers out there. We look to be fixed, only to discover that we were never broken. We just forgot who we were along the way because we became conditioned by other people's opinions and other people's emotional energy, and by societies and systems, but we're also meant to walk through those challenges and those suppressive energies to rediscover the truth within. So sometimes that journey is messy, other times it is beautiful, but in the end of everything, when you see that light at the end of the tunnel, it is so worth it. So we're given the greens in this card, and Raphael is the healer because it is a healing journey. Our entire journey here on earth, we're in earth school. So it is a journey of healing self in order to show up as the best version of you that you can be, and giving others permission to do the same. So that also comes to a place of understanding that we're not here to fix or save anybody else. We're not here to judge anybody else. We're not here to put expectations on anybody else. And that we are very much responsible for doing the inner work to heal our own pain, to heal our own emotions. And that doesn't mean that you're traveling this journey by yourself or you can't have rich relationships, but it means that we start taking responsibility, that when somebody meets us with anger, that we don't lash back out and meet anger and feed it with more anger. From a place of healing, we start to recognize that, they're in a not self behavior right now. So I'm not going to engage in that. I'm not going to accept it because I don't want that in my body, but I'm also not going to feed it anymore. It doesn't need any more fuel on the fire. You get to a place of recognizing the healing of, that needs love. It needs to be diffused. It needs calmness. So the only way that I can offer out to the world the energies that I want to see more of is to cultivate that within myself, to get into a place of me being healed, and then letting that project out from my body, offering that out as a gift to others. So our overall message for today is the night of Gabriel. The night is literally us showing up as being confident, being enthusiastic, being courageous, being charismatic. This is in the orange, the sacrals. That is the new journey, the new growth, the new world, the new becoming. What do we want to leave for the children? We do the healing work because the generations that are following our footsteps deserve to have a better life. So we don't want them to continue the same patterns, the same disbeliefs, the same blows and hurts to their heart. We don't want to leave our mess behind for those innocent children to have to deal with. So it has been a very much a personal journey, an investing journey, a beautiful journey of creating a newness, of not protecting the children and sheltering them from the world, but having the conversations and teaching them about the power of emotions, about the power of creating the stillness and the calmness within self, the power of using one's voice to say, that wasn't right for you to speak to me that way. Not lashing that out in anger. And we teach the children by demonstrating it. Actions always speak louder than words. And that's what the Knight of Gabriel represents. The knight in shining armor to rescue the day is you to yourself. And we teach the children to be the same. When they are hurt, what can they offer themselves in love? And that might mean the honest conversation of putting the hands on the hips and stomping the feet and saying, that wasn't fair. And letting yourself fully express it and letting the power of that come out in a safe place so that the energy can leave the body and the ears can hear and the mind can reaffirm that you're right, that wasn't fair. So what would have been a better approach? What could have been done differently? What would you do for yourself so that you don't project that experience onto others? So we become the wise one to the child. And you might be a parent and this is for your children, or this could also be speaking to you, healing the inner child. We all have an inner child in us that have had a full journey of a lot of hurts, but now we can be the healer to it. We can hear it, we can see it, we can feel it, we can love it, we can acknowledge it, and we can find a new way forward by not bringing that pain into our tomorrows, by choosing instead forgiveness and open-heartedness and vulnerability and compassion and understanding, and knowing and trusting that, you are a different version today than you were yesterday. And so are all the other people in your story. So maybe we need to be brave enough to meet spirit as spirit, human as human in the moment, without any expectations or any judgments of what we believe they bring to the table. Because in every new experience, we don't know. It's a new offering, it's a new way, it's a new opportunity. So the card at the bottom, the message says it's time to take action. Great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing just what to do. So when you act from a place of spirit, the higher self wisdom, the you of today that's gone through an incredible journey, now you have the ability to trust in yourself, to lean into that sacral, the gut instinct of, my body was talking to me. My body was feeling tight. My body was warning me that wasn't good. And giving yourself permission to then have the stillness needed to work that through with yourself before making a decision, before giving somebody else your answer, your energy, your projection. It's an ability to be still and be at peace and to love yourself so much that you're willing to step back, to take that deep breath, to be the wise one, to be the adult, to take the higher road. And then when you come from the place of wanting to show up as the person you know you are, then you take a step back in and you have the conversation from the adult perspective, from the wise one perspective. And the wise one is not afraid to put down boundaries as appropriate. It's not afraid to assertively speak a truth and say, that wasn't right. I will not tolerate that. That is love. Love is not a doormat. Love doesn't ask you to be in a place of having to earn it. Unconditional love accepts everything as it is. There is no right or wrong. There is no good or bad. It just is what it is. So we all get to choose for ourselves, what do we want to keep into the container of us? What do we want to keep in this human vessel? What do you want to offer to others? The energies you don't want, invite in the guides, the healers, to take that, to transmute it. You are a sacred vessel. You are a human that has been gifted this beautiful gift of life. Make the most of it by showing up as yourself. And that comes from a place of the deepest love that only the higher self, the guides, can teach you. So honor your time with spirit. Feed that mind good thoughts. Feed the heart good thoughts. Feed yourself the truth and the strength of, I'm going to have faith. And faith is going to lead me forward in hope. Because I know there's a solution to every problem. And I know when I place this into the hands of the guides, and I ask for assistance, and I believe that that assistance is coming, that the way will be shown and I can relax in order to hear. That is the wisdom. If you look out into the elders in the world that sit there with that grin on their face and they don't get involved, they're wise because they're conserving their energy and they're listening. They're listening for the wisdom. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Listening for the wisdom. We're sending you all so much love.